The first topic we discussed was about how to establish this connection. And Professor Saldina thinks that we should not only send students to represent the universities, but the bond between the universities abroad and the universities in Brazil should be established and maintained by two professors, by people from the staff, to make it stronger. Because if we only send students there to represent our universities, we might not be as well represented as we wished. And if the connection is made in advance between two professionals, it has a better chance to last for longer. And we shouldn't expect our students to go abroad and to continue the work that they've done abroad inside our country. Literally, if they work with something abroad, they should continue the same work when they come back. They can give us other results than just continuation of the project that they started there. So we should make a way to evaluate the program that is a little bit more broad. Looking at what the student has become after he came back. Not only at the publications and at the student's scientific work, but also to look at what the student has, what kind of professional the student has become. Like Lucas, he might be a great manager. Manager, yeah.
Let's see. Let's
be a great manager in the future, and it's not directly related to the work that he has done in Boston, but it's also a good result. And the last topic we discussed regards the selection process that should be effective, broad and simple. And we should not only look at the grades and marks that the student has got along the way, but also at the extra activities and other parts of the curriculum. Because the person that should represent us abroad should be a person that is complete. Not only marks and grades and go to the classes, understand the subjects and know how to put it on the paper, but also how to build a better work and make a good impression abroad. I think that's it. Anyone wants to add up something?
Okay, so do you have a representative to talk about the points, please?
Yes. So here we try to focus on the beginning of the experience for the students that come here. What are the challenges that they face? Whether the expectations are met or not. And we came up with 4 main points that probably are worth going to a fact sheet. And the first one is maybe to make more explicit or more maybe clearer what is the kind of learning experience that people are gonna have here, the kind of the kind of responsibilities they're gonna face, and the idea of learning how to learn and learn independently, not to relying only on lectures and professors and texts, but building your own knowledge here. Then the second point that was brought here was that highlighting the potential impact of the research that is done here and the work that the students perform here is probably a good way to promote and add value to the program as a whole. For example, as Anafada said, they are testing some medications that maybe in a couple of years from now, when she's a physician, she's going to be in the OR, she's going to be prescribing that drug that is being studied now. So to highlight the high potential of what is done here is probably important. people also brought the idea that it's important to increase the incentives to do research during medical school in Brazil. Not only when people come here and then go back to Brazil and resume their regular medical training, but that's more like of a general idea, not specific for the program, but we should be fostering research initiatives from students and maybe structuring better the iniciação científica or research initiation programs that we have. And that would do two things. One is prepare people better to come here and perform better, learn better. And the second is to facilitate their return to Brazil and keep on doing a good job there. And that brings us to the fourth point that we registered here, which is the program, either Science Without Borders or specifically the program that you guys have here, should foster communication between the students that return to Brazil and research groups that are willing to take the students to work in the lab there. Because this is not something that should stop here. People need to go back to Brazil and apply their knowledge and have other opportunities to increase it and expand that and share their experience. Also in a way to promote the idea among other students and, just bring more candidates to the program the following years. I think that's probably most of what we discussed. Does anyone have any other comments or something to add?
Yeah, I would, John would like to add something? No?
Yeah, I just, one of the points in terms of the impact of the research, Anna Flavia made a very good point on the impact of her research. Since my two students from last year are there, I was just at a national meeting where the discussion moved to perfusion of the brain, and that this was such a critical bit of information and knowledge to really go forward in studies of air pollution. And the fact that we already did it, and in fact the fact that Leanna could do it better than anybody else in the world, I think is really quite a tribute to what we're able to do and what the students are able to do in terms of the impact of their research. And I was able to present her preliminary findings, not present them, but just talk about them a little bit. And people were there, you can do that kind of thing? And the fact that one of your students actually did it was really, I think, a very important point. And the fact that that you are doing research of great importance in all the labs. That just happens to be an example from my lab. Anna Flavia gave an example from her lab. So that this is the kind of thing that I think you want to be able to contribute and to go forward with. Because you really, in some cases, develop unique capabilities here, as well as the broader learning things that you gather in your year here.
So just in order for us to have an output that is clear enough, I would ask for volunteers, one there in Boston and one here in Brazil, just to line out this topic that we've mentioned today there in Boston and here in Brazil, and then we'll put together in a single sheet of paper, maybe with some topics, and give this as an output. So is there a volunteer in Boston that could do this, just to make the summary? Marina?
Yes, yeah, I can do that. So can I send you by email afterwards?
Yes. About email, we can talk together, okay? We get in touch by email. Okay, great. So here in Brazil?
We can work together, Marina.
So Fernanda and Marina working together in this. So that's great. So we have the video as well, so it's recorded if you need. So is there anything to add that you'd like to add, Anna? No? So that's okay. So I think that the idea of the meeting is pretty much this, to put people together to discuss things and to invite all of you that is already back here to help us with things that we already done and to get in touch with the people that are not so close, is not here in the meeting, for make them help us as well. So we have a lot of topics to improve in the program and to serve as example for other universities. But I need people to work and make this happen. So we rely on you and you there in Boston. So we are having our second course, so doing research in Boston. That is basically a course that you out there in Boston had last year. That is about telling the students, the freshmen, let's say for this program, what are the opportunities out there in Boston. So you are all invited to talk, and Fernanda Nini and Liana are the two students that are coordinating this year, so if everybody can help we spread the word. And from you there in Boston, we are waiting for a nice video and a nice picture with the students and I don't know, in front of AGS page for us to put in our website and to spread the word with the students, okay? So we do not have a picture of you out there in Boston. It would be great to have this, all the group together and a picture to show the new students, as well as a video, okay? So we'll get in touch later, but Fernanda, Nini, and Liana is taking care of this. So just for the close, so we had this was the objective of the meeting. Thank you very much. We'd like to thank all the sponsors related to our program. So basically it's Fundação Lemann that has started with us since the beginning, almost the beginning of things, and it has been the greatest supporter. So we are very proud of being a Lemann Fellow and having this help. We'd like to thank Santander and Professor Miguel Surugi and now Ciências Sem Fronteiras and University of São Paulo for the help. So that's it.
Let me just add that April 19th is the Lemann meeting at the Harvard Business School that all of you in Brazil have attended, and this year's group will be attending. At the same time, that's a good place to take a good picture of the group, and we'll try to make sure we get that at that meeting. This is a very, very useful meeting, and I thank the Lemann Foundation for their support in the past, as well as their role going forward, both with our program as well as all the Lemann programs at Harvard. Thank you very much.
If I may, I just have two things to add. One is that we are very happy about being able to host this meeting and facilitate all the communication. But more than anything, thank you for having the initiative of making this happen, and we really encourage it to happen again. And we can count on us on hosting the space and getting the coffee done or anything in terms of logistics. And of course, like the support in terms of what you actually want to do. Like, we're really glad that this group is more connected than ever, maybe now, and to even gather more people to come in the following time, so that we can get more different groups who are doing the similar things to be together and build something bigger. So this was the first thing, so thank you for that, and we encourage, on behalf of the Lemann Foundation, to do it again and keep on growing this kind of initiative. And the second one is that it's connected to what Ricardo mentioned. So most of you are undergrads, and we do have a program managed by the Lemann Foundation, especially in your case in the MPH program at Harvard, which is called the Lemann Fellowship Talent Program. And more than the scholarships, we do these kinds of activity in a more structured way. We have annual meetings, we have career development activities. So, and you are, of course, our target group on to apply for these kinds of opportunities that Ricardo described and join this network and this program specifically in the future. So just keep that in mind. Of course, there's still a lot of things to do and a long way to go, but I just wanted to highlight this, and we will be very happy to have you again in another kind of talent program, but still very close to the Lemann Foundation. Thank you.
So thank you all. That's it. Have a nice week out there. Grande abraço aí para todo mundo.
Tchau.
Tchau, tchau, tchau.